The designer said it looked more like a linebacker.
Okay, a linebacker it is.
Lauren, there was a guy named Joseph Smith who brought the Mormons from Nauvoo, Illinois to Utah.
Okay.
And that's why they're here.
It's
but
beautiful here.
But it took Hyundai to get you out of Buffalo and me out of Chicago to get us here.
Well, this is a good
drive.
reason, though.
I know, to drive the all-new 19 Hyundai
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe.
We should
Hi,
have done
everybody.
it in Santa Fe.
No, it would have been way too confusing.
Yes.
I'm Paul Bryan, along with Lauren Fix, and welcome to a His Turn, Her Turn review of a tasty new treat.
Yeah, so now SUVs are like the hottest category. And we were looking at the breakdown of the different SUVs, and the midsize is the most popular. And that is what the Hyundai Santa Fe is, a midsize SUV. Seats 5.
It's fun to take a look at the numbers on this. I don't know if it's fun. It's fun for us because we're in the business, but it's interesting to take a look at how the numbers have grown in this segment.
It's amazing.
Where it was only like 2 years ago where we said it was 60% of the market. It's now 70% of the market.
And that includes everything from the small size,
Sure.
like the Hyundai
Yeah,
Kona,
when
which
you
we
lump
reviewed, all the
everything
way
in.
up. Yeah.
But 70% is a lot.
So how do you make it better? What can you do to make the Hyundai Santa Fe, a great selling vehicle, even better? Well, fuel efficiency, technology,
Ride quality?
safety,
Sure.
make it
Content,
look better.
A lot of stuff like that. They took away what they had perceived that it had too much of a minivan look to it, and they wanted to go ahead and try to make it more SUV.
More muscular.
And so this was what the design department came up with,
Yeah.
and I'd say that they did a really, really nice job on that too.
It's certainly more muscular, for sure.
It is.
It has a very stronger stance than a more laid-back look that it had before.
The designer said it looked more like a linebacker.
Okay, a linebacker it is.
One of the things that you're going to instantly notice when you drive it, when you get behind the wheel, Lauren,
Yeah.
you're going to see this as quickly as I did. This engine makes its power from 1,450 RPM up to about 3,500 RPM. That's where the max torque is made on this engine.
This is the 2-liter turbo.
This is the 2-liter turbo. The 2-liter turbo engine is going to be where the volume is going to be sold on this.
Oh, I believe it.
There is going to be the gasoline 2.4-liter GDI, but this is going to be the volume engine.
Does anybody not make a 2-liter turbo? That's my question for you. We've had this conversation amongst ourselves. Is there
I
any
know.
manufacturer today that does not make a 2-liter turbo engine? I say no. What do you think?
Ferrari. This engine makes its power where you need it. If you're able to get 260 pounds-foot of torque from 1,450 RPM, that's nice, because from around town driving and where the majority of this driving is going to be done, that's perfect. Nevertheless, the ride, I think, is better on this than the predecessor. The wheelbase is 2.5 inches longer than the preceding Santa Fe, and you can feel it. It just rides very quietly. The other thing I want to talk about too, when I mentioned quiet, is the amount of laminated glass that they're using, which
it's
is
quiet.
now here, windshield, your side.
Panels, more insulation.
Yeah, I mean and laminated glass. You know, folks, glass is not glass. Laminated glass is sound deadening glass, so that it actually works almost like a thermopane,
Right.
where there's a layer in there specifically designed to cut down on noise.
We call that NVH.
When you couple that up with the advancements, the chassis torsional rigidity in this car is up about 16% over the predecessor as well. That's a significant jump. Everything is laid out beautifully. I like it a lot. I like the seat comfort on the driver's side is fine. I'll find out when I get over on that side with you what it's like. Gee, I wonder what the comments will be.
Feel free to comment below.
Yeah, but nevertheless, everything is where you would expect it to be. It's very nice. The size of the screen is good. The steering wheel feels nice. Controls are good. I'm real happy here. Why don't you take the wheel?
All right. Immediately, I see exactly what you're talking about, Paul. That 1,600 RPM range that nice pickup. And I'm driving in the smart mode. And it's funny, we asked one of the people from Magna who makes the four-wheel drive system for Hyundai and Kia, and they told us some interesting information that this particular brand new Santa Fe follows a lot of input from the driver, the road conditions, a lot of information, and takes that information in the smart mode and gives you the best traction and the best ability.
It learns what you're asking of the car.
Right. There are different drive modes. So there's a smart mode, a sport mode, and a comfort mode. There's a lot of new things in this car. We talked about the design and everything earlier. But the first thing for me is they were touting the new seats. They're 10-way, they've got all this thigh support. Great, they do. Lumbar 4-way, and all this great additional materials being different densities of foam for the driver, not for the passenger. Paul, how comfortable or uncomfortable would you say the passenger seat is on a scale of 1 to 10?
You know, I'm sorry, I know you want me to go.
I don't have a back problem. I'm saying, if I got to sit in the passenger seat, why should I be uncomfortable?
I've been sitting over here for about a half hour and I haven't really even thought about it.
I found it completely uncomfortable, but that's me. Heated and cooled front seats that are 3-stage and heated rear seats and lots of connectivity in the back. Because everyone wants to be charging. ABC, always be charging, right?
That's it.
Yeah, standard gigantic panoramic glass roof, which I do like, and I think they've done a nice job with that. And they see that's a huge take rate when they used to have it as an option. So now there are 5 trim levels, and each trim level adds extra things to it, but there's no options other than the engine. On the top 2 trim levels, you can get one engine or the other. Going to the center stack, I really like the size of the screen. Everything is Kia Uvo or Hyundai's Blue Link system, pretty much the same technology. Using Infinity audio system, which is 12 speakers with a subwoofer. So they've done a great job with that. Of course, it's got HD, standard Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless charging. Should be standard on every car, I would think, at this point.
And Blue Link.
And Blue Link, which is 3 years free service, complimentary. Going down the center stack, everything is simple and basic, as you would expect for climate control. 2 cup holders, good sized glove box, and then of course the back seats, which are a lot more legroom than the predecessor, and then you've got your trunk space. So I think they've done a nice job redoing this. Handling wise, I think it handles really well. We talked to an engineer from Magna, and he was telling us how they go about changing the way these vehicles handle to make them more SUV, like we talked about, and less car-like.
So Lauren, this is kind of like when we did the Honda Pilot. What are we doing off-road?
Yeah, I mean, this is a family SUV. It's, I guess I want to show it's more than just transportation.
But we all know that 99.9% of the driving of this vehicle is going to be
to the mall, to school, to the airport, to life, to work, to school, whatever. Yeah.
So it's fun to be here, and I never not enjoy playing with something like this.
I don't know. You tell us. Does it make sense to prove to you, a potential buyer, that these vehicles are awesome off-road?
I guess that is a good question.
You tell us.
So let us know. Just put your comments down below and say, yeah, it makes a difference. Or does it just make a difference to you that it's got all-wheel drive available or not?
Right.
Is that the linchpin issue for you, or is it going off-road? So let us know.
Yeah, right. Now we're really close to 20,000 subscribers, and when we reach 20,000, we're going to have a giveaway, a couple giveaways actually.
She's going to give me away.
I'm going to give Paul away. Yeah, so make sure you to sign up for that contest. But in the meantime, we appreciate your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, and I like this vehicle, so make sure to drive some of the competitors.
Do that.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. We saw some really cool sheep. That was fun.
We did.
They were literally blocking the road, so we had to kind of nose into them. But they were everywhere, and so it's that time of year, I guess, when the sheep are out and just chewing on some grass.
I think they eat year-round.
I hope so.